Hello and welcome to your movement practice, which is actually more my movement practice because I'm going to be practicing the flow that I'm bringing to my yoga teacher training day, my practicum. So I'm going to start with a pillow. You can start with a block, running down lengthwise the length of your spine and your head just falling off onto the ground, off the block or the pillow, allowing your chest to be open. Legs and arms are as wide as they need to be. Allowing the mind to relax. When you inhale, focus on the 360-degree expansion of the lungs. And when you exhale, feel the waist cinch in at the very bottom and the navel pull to the spine. And if the mind begins to wander, just gently guide it back to the breath, focusing on the expansion of the lungs. As you inhale, notice how the chest and the belly rise, and the gentle collapsing, of the lungs and belly, and the cinching in of the waist on the exhale. Allow yourself these few moments to quiet the monkey chatter in your mind. Maybe as you breathe, you find that gentle constriction at the back of your throat, as if you're going to fog a mirror. And you make that ocean-like sound as you breathe. Bringing a little bit of fire into your breath. Begin to arrive in your physical body as you wiggle your fingers and your toes, circle out your wrists and your ankles. Remove the pillow from behind you, or the block, and put it off to the side. Sorry, big good morning stretch. Legs and arms reach in opposite directions as you feel your back arch. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth, let it go. Arms down by the sides. Inhale as you lift the legs. The soles of the feet are parallel to the ceiling. Toes are flexed back towards your face. And zip the legs together. Arms come out to a T. Palms face down. Inhale here. And exhale, allow the feet with the legs very zipped together to drop over to the right-hand side as far as they can go without breaking the tension in between the legs. Inhale back to center. Find that zip of the legs together and exhale, drop the legs over to the left-hand side. The toes don't need to touch the ground, but you're really challenging the range of motion in the obliques. Inhale to center, keeping both shoulder blades on the ground. We go to the right. Feel the legs zip together. Left shoulder blade wants to come up, but don't let it. Inhale to center. We go to the left. Center. Slowly to the right. Come back through center. We go to the left. One more each side. Nice, slow, and controlled. And don't lose that zip between the legs. Last time, going to the left. Just kidding, one more time. We're going to go to the right, but this time we're going to stay here. You can allow the left shoulder blade to come off the ground as both of the feet land on the ground. Reach the palms to touch together and reach to the toes. Inhale here. Exhale, open the chest to the left-hand side as if you're opening the pages of a book. Feel the T-spine work. Inhale. Exhale to close. Inhale here. Exhale to open. Twist. Feel the work in the obliques. And close. And open. Gazes over the left shoulder. And close. Two more. Nice and slow, opening up the T-spine. Last time, exhale to open. And close. Open up the arms and drag the feet back through center and drop them over to the left-hand side. Toes on the ground this time. And we close the hands. Inhale. Exhale to open up to the right-hand side. Gazes over the right shoulder as far as you can reach down. The shoulder doesn't need to make contact with the ground. Inhale to close. Exhale to open. Feel the work in the T-spine and the obliques. Inhale to close. Exhale to open. Tone the core. Close. Two more. Open. Close. And open. Gaze is neutral as we drag the feet back to center. Stay here for just a moment. And we exhale, lower the left heel down to a hover. Actively pulling the right foot back in space. Both of the feet are flexed. Active hamstring stretch. Also firing up the core. And now we lift the arms towards the ceiling and we peel the upper body off the ground, reaching for the toes or beyond the toes. Inhale. Exhale to lower the upper body. Gather the feet above you, facing the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale, switch. Right heel comes down to a hover. First, we find that active hugging of the left leg towards the torso. Right leg is active. Both feet are flexing. Now we reach the arms up towards the ceiling and pull the upper back off the ground. Reach for the toes or beyond the toes, but we don't grab onto the toes. Feeling the work in the core, pull navel to spine. Inhale. Exhale, lower the upper body. Both feet reach towards the ceiling again. Now we wrap the hands behind the knees and hug the knees in towards the chest. Rock side to side. Maybe up and down until you gain enough momentum to roll over the legs and find yourself in a tabletop position. Sorry. When you're in tabletop, fingers are wide, toes are tucked under. We rock back, pushing the hips towards the heels, feeling the stretch in the bottoms of the feet. And then we rock forward, challenging the range of motion in the wrists. Going back and forth a few more times, really mindfully opening up the wrists and the ankles. Two more times going back and forth. Find yourself in a neutral position, toes tucked under or not, doesn't matter. Now we inhale as we lift the right leg up. Toning the core, pushing the ground away with the shoulders to activate the shoulder girdle. Feeling length between the crown of the head and the big toe. Now we inhale, arch the back, send the foot up really high. And as we exhale, bending the knee, driving the knee forward, rounding the back and trying to tap knee to nose. Inhale, arch the back, send the foot straight and high. Exhale, curl in, bend the knee, try to tap knee to nose. 3, inhale. Exhale, drive the knee forward, really try to shine the back of the heart towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Feel the hands and the left knee hug towards each other as you really arch the back, and exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. Find yourself back in that neutral spine. Leg is long, head is long. And now we pivot on the left knee. The right fingertips float up towards the ceiling as we face the right long edge of the mat. Right toes are flexed back towards the face. Right fingertips reaching up, gaze is to the right hand. Feel the work in the hip that's keeping the right leg to a hover. And with control and slowly begin to get light on the left fingertips as you rise up into your gate pose, delivering the right foot on the ground. Inhale. Exhale, right hand reaches down in front of you as you twist to the left hand side. The left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. Breathe as you find that active twist, toning the core. Gaze can be neutral, or if you want a little bit of challenge in that twist, to the left fingertips. Trying your best to keep the hips neutral. Inhale, look down to the right hand and rise up to your gate pose. Inhale, arms come to a T. Exhale, lean over to the right hand side just for a moment, feeling that nice side body stretch down the left hand side. Squeeze the left glute. Inhale. Exhale, tilt the body now forward, coming back into that original Ardha Chandrasana variation pose. Inhale to find length between the arms as if they're stretching in opposite directions. And exhale, come back to your neutral table, pivoting back on the left knee. And then lowering the right knee down. Rocking again back and forth, opening up the bottoms of the feet and the wrists. Now we inhale, left leg up and high. Tone the core. Find that neutral spine. Engage the shoulder blades by pushing the hands into the mat. Find length between the crown of the head and the big toe. Now inhale, arch the back, send the left foot up higher, drag the hands back towards the knee. Exhale, round the back, knee to nose. Push the ground away with the shoulders. Shine the back of the heart towards the ceiling. Inhale, come into your cow pose. Exhale, bend the knee, cat pose. 3, inhale. Exhale. 4. Exhale to cat. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Back to neutral. Find length, tone the core. Now we pivot on the right knee. Float the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. The body is facing the left long edge of the mat. Gaze is neutral, or if it feels good on your neck, to the left fingertips. Flexing the toes, left toes back towards your face. Feeling the work in the left hip and the left glute. Challenging yourself to lift the left leg up a little higher, reach it out a little longer. Inhale. Become light on the right fingertips as you slowly exhale and peel the body facing the long edge of the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, left palm of the hand finds the mat as we twist actively to the right hand side. Right fingertips reach towards the ceiling, trying your best to keep the hips neutral. Gaze can be neutral or up towards the right fingertips. Challenge range of motion in the twist. Inhale to find length. Exhale to twist deeper. Inhale, slowly unravel yourself from the twist. Arms come out to a T. And then we reach the right arm up overhead, finding a side body stretch. Engaging the right glute. Just here for a moment. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the right arm back down. Lift the left toes. Find yourself in that Ardha Chandrasana variation. And then exhale, make your way back into that three-legged table. First, finding neutral table on the inhale. And on the exhale, lowering the knee. Rocking back and forth again, opening up the bottoms of the feet and the wrists. Next time your hips are back, hover the knees off the ground. And then send the hips back and high into your first downward facing dog. Feet are hip width apart or greater. And you pedal out the feet, bending into one knee and then the other. Two more breaths. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, heel toe the left foot a little closer towards the right foot in the middle of the mat. Inhale, send the right foot back and high. Three-legged dog. Push the chest back towards the left thigh. Use the glutes and the hamstring to drive the right foot up a little higher. Both hip bones are facing the mat. Inhale to find length. Exhale to bend the knee, roll forward, bringing the leg with you, trying to tap knee to nose. Hold. Look between the hands. Step the foot between the hands. And this time we're going to float the right fingertips up towards the ceiling, coming into an easy twist. Feeling the arms lengthen in opposite directions. Dropping the right hip down. Gazes to the right fingertips. And now bring any degree of bend into the back knee. Come up onto the left fingertips. Now we're going to slowly drag ourselves up to a twisted lunge. There's a sense of hugging together of the legs underneath you. Gaze is neutral or over the right shoulder. Now we lean back. The right fingertips graze the back of the thigh as you reach the left arm up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down to frame the front foot. Step back to plank and hold. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway and hold. Inhale. Exhale, pull the chest through. Lift the crown of the head towards the ceiling and inhale. Exhale, push the hips back and high, downward facing dog. Left foot reaches back and high. Finding that three-legged dog. Both hip bones are facing the mat. Finding length between the crown of the head, the fingers to the toes. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee. Try to tap knee to nose as you roll forward into your three-legged plank. Look between the hands. Place the foot between the hands. This time send the left fingertips up for an easy twist. The palm of the right hand is pushing into the mat. Finding length between the hands and the arms. Crown of the head reaches forward. Bring any degree of bend into the back knee as needed, as to become light on the right fingertips and to pull the body so hips and shoulders are stacked, and we're in a twist. The twist isn't coming from the arms, but the core. The arms are just extensions of the center of your body. Now we lean back. The fingertips graze the back of the leg as the right fingertips reach up overhead. Find a nice mini back bend. And as you exhale, cartwheel the arms down to frame the front foot. Step back to plank and hold. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway, hold. Inhale, pull the chest through the arms, upward facing dog. Engage the legs. Exhale, chin to chest as you roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, right foot high. 3-legged dog. Hip bones are facing the mat, same as before, pushing the chest towards the thigh. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose and hold. Look between the hands. Step the foot between the hands. Same thing, easy twist. Right fingertips reach towards the ceiling. Drop that right hip. And now become light on the left fingertips as you raise the upper body to stack on top of the hips. Once again, in that twisted lunge. And now this time, look forward. Plant the left fingertips about a foot in front of the right foot as you become light on the left toes and twist the body into your twisted Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe you become light on the left fingertips. And then we cartwheel the arms forward, sending the left arm back and the right arm forward, opening up the hips, now coming into this reaching warrior. Fight for your balance. And now we keep swimming. Left arm forward, right arm back as we close the hips and reach forward into that same twist. Woo, fight for your balance. Last time, open, swim the arms back into that opened position. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the back foot, rising up for your warrior two with the front palm lifted. Hugging the legs together under the body. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Right arm reaches up overhead. Exhale to cartwheel the arms, frame the front foot, step back to plank and hold. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Pedal at the feet. Inhale, left foot back and high. Both hip bones facing the mat. Find the work, find the length. Inhale. Exhale, look forward, knee to nose. Hold. Plant the foot between the hands. Left fingertips reach up as you find your twist. Become light on the right fingertips as you pull the body to stack over top of the hips. Twisted high lunge. And now look forward, right fingertips find the ground about a foot in front of the left foot, and we kick up, putting all the weight into the left foot as we float the right toes up. Hug the legs together. Engage the glutes and the core. Now become light on the right fingertips. As we swim the left arm forward and the right arm back, we open the hip and find a reaching warrior. Now just to slowly swim the right arm forward, left arm back, close off the hip and twist. Fight for your balance. Last time, nice and slow, swim the arms so the left arm faces forward. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the right foot on the ground, finding your warrior two. Front palm is lifted. Gazes over the right fingertips. Try to slow the heart rate with the breath. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Feel that nice side body stretch, deep lunge in the front knee. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down to frame the front foot, step back to plank and hold. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway, hold. Inhale, pull the chest through the arms, hold. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Look between the hands, bend the knees, step, hop, or jump into a seated position. Both the legs out long. Inhale to lift the arms overhead. Feel the length running down your spine. And exhale, forward fold with a flat back. Inhale here. Now exhale, round the spine. And find your seated forward fold. Flexing the toes back towards the face. Drawing navel to spine. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pull yourself back up to seated, tall spine. Sole of the left foot finds the inside of the right quad. Inhale first to find length. Sorry. And then we drape the right arm to the inside of the right leg, toes flexing back towards your face. Inhale to open the chest up towards the ceiling. And exhale, float the left arm up overhead. Pushing the right arm into the ground, shining the chest towards the ceiling. Now inhale here. And exhale, all we're going to do is close off the upper body. Now we're going to face the knee. Really getting a stretch into the lower back on the left-hand side. Trying to keep the left hip rooted. And feeling the stretch in the QL. Inhale to pull yourself back through center, and we switch sides. Sole of the right foot finds the inside of the left thigh. First, we drape the forearm to the inside of the left leg. Twist the upper body towards the ceiling. Flex the left toes back towards the face, and then right arm reaches up overhead. Making sure you're not closing off the body here, but really trying to open. Driving that left forearm into the ground as well. Keeping the right sit bone rooted. And now all we're going to do is close off the chest. Feeling the stretch really deep in the right side body. Inhale brings you all the way back up to center. Soles of the feet come together. Bring the heels close to the groin, thumbs to the inside of your feet as you peel the feet open like the pages of a book, driving the outside pinky toe edges of the feet together. Maybe elbows find the insides of the thighs. First inhale, spine is tall, and then exhale, lean forward to any degree. Shoulders away from the ears. Last inhale and exhale. Inhale brings us all the way to center. Soles of the feet find the mat as we slowly lower the body down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, right foot reaches high. Left foot is long and heel is on the ground. Walking the fingertips up the leg to wherever feels comfortable. Stretching out the hamstring. Bringing a little bit of a bend into the knee. And then grabbing either the inside of the knee as we bend the leg or the outside of the foot, finding your half happy baby. Inhale to release. And exhale to lower the foot to the ground, and we switch. Left foot reaches up, walking the hands along the leg until we find a nice stretch, keeping the right leg active. Gaze to the big toe. Now we bend the knee. Maybe the left hand comes to the inside of the left knee or to the outside of the left foot. Rooting down through both hips. Inhale. And exhale to release. Both legs long, as wide as they need to be. Tucking the shoulder blades under you. Palms face the ceiling. As we begin to find ourselves in Shavasana. Relaxing any tension in the body. Maybe in the neck. Maybe you find tension in the shoulders. Maybe in the traps or the hips. And with every exhale, just trying to let that tension go. Bring a gentle awareness to the noises around you, or maybe the sensations happening around you, the air on your skin, creaks in the floorboard, your breath. Let the body feel heavy. Invite some movement back into the body and the fingers and toes and then the wrists and ankles. A big good morning stretch, reaching the arms and the legs away from each other as you inhale, arch the back. Exhale, let it go through the mouth. Push yourself up to seated, however feels the best. Thank you so much for helping me out. If you did this practice, I would love to hear your thoughts. Sorry that I'm still recovering from my cold. I hope the coughing wasn't too distracting. And I would love to know what you thought about this flow. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.